See, it's gone already. Let's just do it. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
On the edge of the box is Madden. Madden trying to manufacture the shot, gets it away. It's there! Oh my word! What a goal from Paddy Madden! The Irishman strikes again, and is that the goal that's going to send Stockport County back into the Football League?
War crime, sex crime, the operative word crime. So I'd rather we didn't, lads, if you don't mind. Unbelievable. Hello and welcome to I've Waited All Week for That, the weekly show from the Scarf Bagar Award, the award-nominated fan channel bringing you the very best and, let's face it, worst in county news, views and opinions. Same show as ever, but we've rebranded mainly to delineate this from the other stuff we've got on the go. I had a bet with myself that I could get delineate into the intro, so
Nice.
I've won. I'm going to shoot off now. First, it's time for celebration, though. 3 points on Saturday, and more importantly, I mean, most importantly of anything in the world, the main man's back. Friend, lover, co-host. Nah, it's only one of those three. It's my lover, Russ Johnson. Hello, mate. Welcome back, pal. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah. How are you? How's it been?
Never
without me?
Never mind how we are. No, it's been horrible without you, Russ. It's been like
What do you mean?
Fingerprints on an abandoned handrail. What have you missed most about us?
What have I missed most about? Don't put me on the spot.
It looks like I've just been cast aside straight away there, doesn't it, Nick? Thanks. You know what I mean?
Well, no, you're still here.
5 weeks, and that's it. Just tossed aside like a sticky
It looks like a
tissue.
series of like before and after things. This does. You got Russ first, then me, and then you, Oggy. Wait till we get Clive on. We're going to complete the set. Do you have any feedback for us, Russ? Because obviously you keep yourself appraised of things, you know, when you're on the road.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean the Courtyard Club call has been very good. That's been very good.
Yeah, went downhill a bit this week though. I thought ironic that we go and win a game finally on Saturday, and then the club call. What's happened there?
The other show as well, Dave Smith never existed. That was very good. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, I got made it.
Yeah, probably. I got more right than I thought I would as well. On the
same.
No I noticed you did.
Couldn't believe that. I had to have a good old lie down after that, mate. Ridiculous.
That was really good.
I didn't move for about 3 days after that.
No, it was really good. But yeah, no, glad to be back. Yeah, had to take some time off. No, I've not been inside or anything. That's what people sort of say, don't they?
Oh, I have.
In your head, in a jail. So yeah, am I? Shall I introduce? Shall I do my normal bit now? I'm totally out of practice. Yeah.
This is where I lose my flow. Like when you've been off, I'll do all the intro and stuff. I'll introduce everyone, and then I'm just lost, just gone. So it's good to have you back to hand over to.
Okay.
Because you're joining us again.
Yeah, I'm joining you, aren't I? I feel like the guest. So tonight we have got Clive coming on very soon from Mansfield Matters.
One of our best ever opposition guests, if not the best.
Yes, you might remember him from last season. We've got loads of really positive feedback about Clive, mainly because he's really funny. So hopefully he's going to be just as funny. No pressure, Clive. And we're going to talk about the Barrow game. We're going to talk about the United game last night. I'm going to talk about all the things that have happened in between at the club and just really talk about County for the next hour. That's usually what we do on a Wednesday.
Should we knock out a bit of admin before we...
Yes, let's knock out a bit of admin. But bearing in mind that Clive is really, really hungry because he's been to the cinema and not had any tea yet.
We're all hungry, mate. I can't believe he wants to eat after watching a film about like nuclear bombs and shit. That put me right. No, it wouldn't put me off it, to be honest. Now I'd probably sat there jawing like that.
So what admin have we got?
Admin, charity stuff. The shirt. Show us the shirt, Ross. Show us Mark Love's
Yes.
shirt. That's
Right. So
that's
I've got
getting
it here.
raffled off.
Right. So Mark Love, who you might know, is he's actually my cousin. He's my bona fide cousin, not one of those made up cousins that you say, oh, he's my cousin. He's my actual cousin. Is Mark Love?
Do people do that?
Yeah, of course they do. He's my cousin, and he's like. They did on Bridge Hall anyway in Brittany. You
Oh yeah, yeah.
You probably all were cousins
Cheadle.
though.
New problem.
Anyway, let's move on from that waggy, you twat. So we've got this signed Heaton Norris Rovers shirt. You can just about see that it's signed. For the audio listeners, it's signed by a lot of people. The number is 1057 out of 883 for those that are interested. It's been signed by Charlie, Bellis, the entire squad, and everybody that was there on the 140-year celebration day. So the 7 old guard, Ash Williams, Flinney, Bill Williams, Odajayi, and many, many more. So it's up for raffle, basically. So the first prize is this shirt, and then the second prize on this raffle, there's some mugs that Mark, you've probably seen these Danny Bagara mugs, and the we may only have a small house, but we've got a bloody big heart mug. So those are prizes as well that you can win on this raffle. I'll post details of how you can enter later on in the chat on here when I get a minute, and in the description. You can pay whatever way you want to pay, and it's £5 for a ticket or £5 for 20 quid for this raffle.
Unreasonable. Who's going to post it in the episode description, Russ?
Well, you probably will.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. You're not taking this away from me, Russ.
I'm not.
I was doing this before you went away, and
I'm
I'll
not
be doing it again next time you fuck off.
I'll definitely not take the admin away from you. Believe me.
Yeah, the married couple are back. Look, it's just perfect.
It's mad. I've met an actual woman, and still, I'm still very excited about Russ being back.
Does she know about me yet?
The dynamic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had a good hour and a half on you last night.
I'd take it. That means conversation.
I was going to say, you didn't like tape a picture of me to the back of her head, did you?
Sexist. It's a shame. Derogatory on a podcast for the family.
It's 8 o'clock. It's past our watershed.
Watershed, yeah.
Yeah, there will be a draw for the shirt. Will it be on the pod? I mean, we can arrange that. I guess we could do that. But then, John, our record of doing live draws on pods is probably we'll leave it to Mark.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is for charity. It's for Mentel, which you may have seen Dave Thompson doing the 24-hour boxing thing, which was that was mental. Wasn't it, for Mentel? And also Christie's Cancer Charity. Because Mark, believe it or not, only 12 weeks ago had a cancerous kidney removed.
Yeah, he did.
So there you go. Yes. And I've just done.
He looks bloody good on it as well.
He does. And I've just cycled from Land's End to John O'Groats. And I did that for charity as well, for St Anne's Hospice.
Well done,
So,
everyone.
Everyone give everybody a pat on the back.
And can we still sponsor you, Russ? Is that page still open?
It is. Nick, can you post something in the description?
I'll bang that in there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Well, we're all patting each other on the back. I'm getting involved in the 24-hour. God, that'd be ridiculous. The 8-hour 5-a-side game at Power League on Sunday, the 3rd of September. They've moved my time. I got in touch. I was like, yeah, I'll play 2 till 3. And then I got a message saying, oh, actually, 2 till 3 is full. Can you do 1 till 2? I was like, yeah, all right. And then I got a message this week, like, oh, can you do 12 till 1 instead? Like, God, I'm going to have to sleep over on Saturday night after the Crawley game at this rate and just knock it about for 5 minutes and then die. So that'll be in the.
It's all right, Nick. Well. It doesn't start till 1.
yeah.
Just got you running around for an hour and then they'll start playing 5-a-side.
Make sure go see your doctor though, please. Because do you remember last year when you signed up to the half marathon and you collapsed at the thought of it, of running 13 miles?
My health troubles are behind me.
Are they good?
Yeah. Yesterday, all my health troubles seemed so far away, and they were famously. No, I'm well, I mean, I can just step out after 5 minutes and die, can't I? I'll be all right.
Yeah, yeah, true.
In frankly, a whiskey, I'll be fine.
Shall we get Clive out? Is that all the admin, by the way?
Yes.
If we've got any more admin, we'll do it after. I'm just conscious that Clive
Yes,
needs his
correct.
tea. So let's and he's doing us a favour. So let's get Clive out and do the opposition review, and then we'll come back.
You're smashing the button.
I know.
Bloody hell,
No,
look
he's
at
literally just smashing the buttons.
I do apologise, everybody. I've been away. Clive,
Hello, Clive.
Hello,
Good
Clive.
evening. Yes, I've just been entertained for a few minutes by the bizarre conversations that you lot have.
This is what happens.
Yeah. We don't meet in person. We don't. We specifically in the fan zone at games. We all stand in 3 separate corners, so we have to get it all out on a Wednesday night. We're not allowed to be like in the same area.
Well, I enjoyed it last year, participating in your little party, and I'm slightly underwhelmed so far by the content. But let's move on.
I don't know. Let's talk about the game on Saturday then. So there is another podcast. One of your rival podcasts actually has give us a bit of information. Not directly. I've just nicked it. So you've got loads of injuries. You need another forward. That sounds like us. What's going on?
Yeah,
At
sure this is from Stockport.
Last season, we were plagued with injuries. I mean, we had injuries that were perverse and unusual. People tripping over coffee tables and breaking their arms and all sorts of strange things. And we ended up playing for a good part of the season with 2 strikers in the centre of defence. And bugger me, this season we've got double-figure injuries already. And on Saturday at Blundell Park, guess what? We had 2 strikers in defence. So, and yet, and I have to say, this is not like me to be so positive, we are playing bloody well. We are dominating games. We're getting far more shots in than any I've ever experienced in all my life. We just need to learn how to find the net. And some team's going to get it one day. It might even be Stockport.
It might
Well,
be.
It could be, but it's the same story for us, though, isn't it? We're dominating teams.
I think Stockport County and Mansfield Town are kindred spirits.
Yes.
I think we were separated at birth, no doubt.
So what's your start been like then? I know you said you'd been dominated teams. You're not sort of.
We've played 3 league games. We're undefeated. We've drawn 2 away games, and 4 games. We've drawn 3 away games, and we've comfortably beat Morecambe at home. So I'm happy enough with the outcome points wise, because it could have been so much more like last season when we struggled from the start. But every fan, including Mr. Clough himself, has said we should have won all of those games and could have won all those games, but we didn't. I have to say, the last 2 away games against Doncaster Rovers and Grimsby, we were the recipients of 2 worldy goals. I mean, the sorts of goals you would, at this stage in the season, put down as goal of the season. They were incredible. You know, the sort of shot that could have gone anywhere, but went in the top corner and left the keeper stood like a proverbial statue. And you can't do anything about that, you know. No. And you just accept it's happened, and maybe somewhere down the line we'll do something similar. But in each case, we've proved we can come back from it, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I did see that Grimsby goal. That was a thunder bastard, wasn't it?
Oh,
howitzer.
Yeah.
I just think you're going to get 2 or 3 of those a season, and even a good keeper, and I don't think our keeper's particularly good, if I'm being honest, doesn't stand a chance with those things. So anyway, we are where we are. It's too early to draw any conclusions from the start, I guess, for both teams. I'm not uncomfortable with the way things are. I'm desperately worried about available players. We've got 10 players unavailable against you lot. and we've got some 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 long-term injuries, 2 of which are season long. We acquired a player called Alfie Kilgore last year, and he was magnificent. And in fact, if we'd had him all season, we'd have been promoted last year. And therefore, we were building our team around him this year, and he has ruptured his Achilles tendon. So, that not only will that be a year out, there's no guarantee he'll be any good at the end of it. So, everybody wishes him well, and it's happening to our best players. We've got 1 or 2 fringe players; they never get injured. So, I'd like to have a priority list. So I don't know what's happening because back in my day, back in the day, lad, we used to have a squad of about 17, and we only ever had 1 sub in those days as well. But the management team consisted of the manager and a little fat man with a bucket. And we never had any injuries. Whether it was the magic of the bucket and the cold sponge, I don't know. But now we're getting muscle injuries. These aren't impact injuries. These are muscle injuries. These are players that have been conditioned by a team, a squadron, no less, of coaches, trainers, fitness specialists, conditioners. We must have more coaches than we've got players. And we've got one of the best training facilities in the league. And it seems to me that the payback on this is we've got players who turn into chalk. And as soon as they get knocked, or as soon as we've had 1 player injured himself practicing penalties before the game. I mean, come on. So either it's bad luck or bad management, I don't know. But at the moment, it's frustrated. And I guess every club in the league is going to say, yeah, we've got our share of injuries as well. Well, I don't care. I really don't care. Sod you. I think there's a very few people who worry about Mansfield Town. So those people that are passionate fans have to do it all on our own. And we do our best. But you see, the best protection we have, and I'm evidence of it, I'm living evidence of this, is this cynicism that you are never going to do anything. It's a club that's never going to do what you want it to do. My catchline on my Facebook page is 50 years of ruined weekends. And that sums up League 2 football, in my opinion, not just Mansfield Town. So I'm looking forward to seeing this team, which will fill the 12 players that are fit, plus some kids on the bench. We'll see how they get on against the mighty Stockport on Saturday. I'm looking forward to the game. I enjoyed the game last year at your ground, although I'd much prefer to stand behind the goal with a roof over my head. But there you go. Can't have everything, can we?
No.
Oh, and the other thing was the welcome we got leaving by some of your fans was fantastic. They thought our coaches were far too warm, so they decided to do a few windows in.
That sounds familiar.
It's a very generous act on behalf of your club. So I have to say, all in all, I think I'm going to call for a win on Saturday. I think we'll win, and I think we'll win reasonably well.
Okay.
That's the kiss of death straight away. So you should feel absolutely thrilled at that prediction. And,
if it helps, I think you probably will as well. So.
Well, we played against Morecambe, who we're not expected to be fall guys. We had 80% possession and we won 3-0. And I think that's the sort of game that you think, well, everything's all right in the stable. But of course, we had our mandatory 3 injuries in that game. And that's the way it works now. Last season, we played at Bradford and we had 4 injuries in the first 30 minutes. 4! I mean, Jeez. Come on. And some of those players have never been seen again. I reckon, those big stands at Bradford, I reckon at the back of one of them, there's a guy with a sniper's rifle. But anyway, that's just a theory. I doubt very much to be able to prove that theory. Anyway, can we talk more sensibly about football for a minute?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, away from players being made of Pringles, as we've coined on this,
Like that. Coined on this.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, what is the expectation for Mansfield this season? Because you were playoff finalists season before last. Missed out
Is it
last
11
season.
years in League Two now?
This is the 11th season since we got back into the league. Yeah, I mean, you guys have only had one season back, haven't you?
Yep.
Yes.
And I think you did surprisingly well, given what is normal expectation. And I think your season's gathered pace, didn't it, towards second half of the season?
Yeah.
And if you can bring that into the start of the new season, that's a really good formula. We got what we deserved at Wembley a year and a half ago. We didn't turn up. 17,500 fans turned up, but I'm afraid the team didn't. And we got deservedly beaten by Port Vale. And last season we were either one goal not conceded or one goal scored somewhere in the 46 games that we didn't do, and therefore we were lost out to Salford's slightly better goal difference. And I'm really chuffed they didn't get any further. Oh, I hate them. Hate them. Having said that, I've got a degree of sympathy for them this year because, of course, they've lost their showbiz shine, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
To the North Wales
What
boys.
time to be alive?
Yeah, so Gary will be really pissed off, won't he? I mean, this
Showbiz shine. I like that.
So I think what was I going to say? Oh yeah, last season we got what we deserved because ultimately, in any of the games where we could have won better or should have not lost and picked up a point, we'd have been in that playoff mix. Having said that, I don't think we'd have got through it. So I'm not unhappy. We finished just outside the mess, and it gave us a proper close season as well, so that we could get some players in, get them properly conditioned, so in the first 2 or 3 games they can all break their fucking legs.
So, I mean, you've already said you're going to win handsomely on Saturday. What's the general expectation this season? Is it to get into the playoffs, or are you aiming for top 3? Injuries aside.
Yeah, I mean, the aim's got to be top 3. I think the playoff is a nightmare, and I think this season especially it's going to be even worse because we're all playing these added minutes. Players are getting tired and knackered and committing stupid fouls in those minutes, and we're going to struggle for team structure. I think not just our club, but I think many this season. And it does mean that clubs like ours have got to have a bigger squad or be prepared to chuck kids in, because we're going to have more player suspensions than we've had in previous season. I'm sure of that. So I think we've got to aim for the top 3. We've certainly got the squad, notwithstanding injuries. We've got the squad that can do it. I don't think anybody's got a squad better than ours. The individual players in different clubs are better than the ones we've got. Much as it galls me, most of them are ex-Stags players anyway. But the reality is, if we can play all season like we've played in the opening 4 or 5 games, we should be frightened of nobody. Does that answer your question?
It does, yeah, it does. Thank you very much. It answers.
Oh, sorry, it's so sensible. I don't like it. I just don't. I can't do it.
Someone's got to be on here. Christ.
Oh, but can I ask you a question while I think about it? How's ticket sales going for fans to Mansfield on Saturday? Are you doing? Are you selling many?
We don't. We're not allowed to talk about away travel, are we? We get shouted down for that. Yeah, I'm not allowed.
Yeah. I mean, the general feel is you've got good travelling support. No,
yeah,
it's a relatively close journey, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
There's train strikes though this Saturday, I believe, which has killed it for a few people. So it's coaches.
Well, it's no good. Trains are no good. There's no station in Mansfield.
I know, but is it Nottingham and then a bus? I think.
No, there is. I'm being flippant. There is a station in Mansfield, but it is like a spur line from Nottingham, so there's no direct.
Oh, is it one of them?
Yeah. It's like getting on one of these buses on rails, Yeah. But it does drop off right near the ground, which is a good thing. But it's one of those.
Well, not on Saturday it doesn't, because there's no running.
but that's why God invented coaches, isn't it? And so I think if you want to come, you'll come. If you don't want to come, you say, "Oh, there's a train strike, I can't make it." Well, that's fine. But we have 1,700 seats for away fans, and undercover.
Go off.
Oh, you're spoiling us.
I know, and because we've got a decrepit side of our ground, the Bishop Street side of our ground looks like Steptoe's backyard. We have 2 stands for home fans, and as a consequence, and we've sold 5,200 season tickets this year. We've had to make most of our home games are going to be all ticket for home fans, because in that way you can put into availability ahead of the game about 10% of the seats, which we are required to keep available for match day purchases. Because our ground is under-equipped for a successful side. It's never been a problem for many years.
But
the things are shaping up now that we are going to sell out quite a few games, because there are going to be clubs that will fill the away end. Obviously, we've got Notts County back in our league, and they're just at the end of our lane. And Wrexham's going to be an interesting phenomenon. You'd expect Bradford to fill our stadium. You'd expect Doncaster and Grimsby and one or two others. I would have thought Stockport should be in there as well if you're doing all right. So we have a bit of a problem with our stadium. At the best will in the world, we can only get about 8,000 people in it.
It's a shame that you just described Wrexham as an interesting phenomenon, because right now there's alarms going off in North Wales, and they're going to be at us on Twitter.
They'll be commenting.
You're always going on about Wrexham. Everybody, I didn't bother doing the accent. I've learned last few weeks I can't do accents, so I'll drop that. But yeah, it was interesting.
It was interesting last close season. There was an interview with what's the owners called, the showbiz owner,
Reynolds and
Bill and Bob.
One of them was being interviewed about the close season activity, and they were talking about the manager got his eye on a certain player, and a slip of the tongue, he called this player a quarterback.
Brilliant.
Hey, what?
Brilliant.
Marvellous. They should recognise that this is a game for common people. We don't want it over sophisticated. But what they have done is brought a silly little town club like Wrexham to the public eye. It's known everywhere around the world now. It's second only to Manchester United. I mean, whilst most of us have got shirt sponsors like Bloggins Butchers, they've got an international brand on their shirt because of the notoriety of the ownership.
Yeah, well,
but they've got some lessons to learn this year, because they were going to romp this league, and they've had 2 games where they shipped 5 goals, and they've got
and now the goalkeeper's retired.
The goalkeeper's turned turtle and shot off somewhere. So
yeah. I mean, I can't get reception at our ground. So when I saw that they were, I think, 4-1 down at half time, and coming out the ground, couldn't get the scores up on my phone. So I said to my mate, I said, "Can you check the Wrexham? How did Wrexham get on in the end?" He went, 5-all. I was like, "Oh yeah, very funny. Yeah, that's so Wrexham." He's like, "No, they genuinely finished 5-all."
You'd be pissed off if you're a Swindon fan, wouldn't you?
You would, wouldn't you? I mean, the best of times anyway, even before that.
If only because of the magic roundabout. Have you ever been to Swindon? They've got this complex roundabout, which is a big roundabout with little roundabouts wrapped around it. Yep. The little roundabouts go the wrong way. And because it's so complicated, it cannot operate without 4 policemen on duty.
Oh, is that right? Bloody hell.
And an ambulance and a fire truck. I was on it for a good 25 minutes before I could find a way off it. It was marvellous. Even then I ended up in the town centre rather than the football. I could see the ground out my side window. I couldn't get to it. I'm sure there's a technique. I just haven't learnt it,
Avoid it is probably the technique.
You see, I'm from a town that doesn't have roundabouts. We just have lots and lots and lots of traffic lights. Oh. Anyway, another subject, another day.
That's a whole new podcast.
I mean, I have to say, coming to your ground, the main road through Stockport from Hazel Grove, what a bastard that is. Oh, if there's another way of getting there, please tell me. It's dreadful. You're going to lose half your life on that bit of road. And it's not even if there's nice shops to be looking into while you're stuck on the coach. I mean, it's like Beirut on a bad day. I'm sure. I'm being very unfair. I'm sure Stockport has some lovely retail, charming premises, just not on that road.
No, it doesn't. We've got the Primark, haven't we, lads?
Well, there you go. You've made it with a Primark. But I always find that a Primark's not a good Primark unless there's a sleeping tramp outside.
Got that. I'm there Tuesday through Friday.
You are silly.
It has been said.
So what else do
Right.
you want me to tell you about Mansfield Town Football Club then?
No, I think you covered it. We just all I want from you now is we'll let you go get your tea. Is a score prediction. You know, you said you'd win handsomely.
I never used the word handsomely. You blocked that one in.
Well, you kind of inferred that. You said
with a
did you
degree of
say?
comfort. I think we're going to win 2-0. 2-0.
2-0. Right. Okay.
And there'll be no striker on the score sheet because they'll be busy defending.
Right.
Well,
We
this show's
are
going to be fun
able
next
to
week,
get,
then, isn't it?
we get goals from midfield. That's the nice thing about it. So.
Oh, we used to do that.
Oh, by the way, we have recruited in the summer a chap called Flint, and he is 17 foot tall. He's marvellous. He's a central defender. He's a godsend given the circumstances we've got. And he hasn't scored yet, but I think he'll be one of those people that gets up from set pieces and
Is that
Aidan?
Is that Aidan Flint?
Aidan Flint, yeah.
Flint.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a good
you'll have
buy.
an easy afternoon on Saturday then. With those banging
Absolutely.
crosses 8 foot in the air.
Yeah, it's a cracking buy, I have to say. And yeah, I'm a really big critic of the structure at Mansfield Town Football Club. Clough's got 3/4 of his wider family involved in the club, and his brother is head of recruitment. It's a full-time job, and all he's got to do is find a few players every season. I mean, come on. But we have an assistant manager you never see because he's always going to away games and watching the opposition. You wouldn't know. But but our recruitment in the past has left me a little bit underwhelmed. But I have to say this summer the recruitment's been good. And apart from the fact they've got themselves injured, Aaron Lewis, we've got Reed from Swindon. Both quite small players alongside Keeler Dunn, but they play football on the ground. And if our goalkeeper can learn how to deliver the ball on the ground, we've got a fighting chance. He's got a good throw out. Yeah. He doesn't keep it on the pitch, but he can throw it out. It's probably our pitch. It's the wrong shape, you know.
So is the weak area the goalkeeper for you then?
No.
And your injuries.
I'm being a bit flippant. We've got two keepers. We've got Pym and Flinders. I prefer Flinders of the two, but that doesn't matter because Mr. Clough prefers Pym, and we've paid a lot of money for him, so I guess he's going to want to get a return on that. But whenever Flinders has to come in, he does a good job. So at least we know we've got a good spare. But there you go. I've done my moaning. I'm looking forward to seeing you all at the ground. I hope you're coming, aren't you?
I'm not. I'm getting married. I'm getting married on Friday. So
Whoa! Well, that's the rest of the show sorted. We'll have a chat about that, Maggie. Don't you worry.
Have you ever met each other before this? I mean,
yeah.
No, we deliberately don't. You don't see us in the same area. You just can't. It'll cause a glitch in the space-time continuum if we're
together. Yeah.
I mean, these two don't really like me, so.
I can't understand why. I think
they don't have much patience for my whimsy. That's the problem.
Well, if you can't be brilliant at anything, be whimsical. That's what I say. If you have no talent, be whimsical.
What did I tell you, lads?
Anyway, I mean, whimsy aside, can I bugger off and get something to eat now?
You can. Thank you so much for coming on.
I've enjoyed your company, fellas. Look forward to seeing you again.
And yours. Yes, we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Thanks for speaking to us.
See you later. Bye now.
Mate. Press the right button there, Russ. Just a quick one before we get back into before we talk about Waggy's nuptials, because don't forget to like, rate. I'm doing your bit now, Russ.
We've got a little video for this. We've got a little video for this.
I know. You don't know what the button is for that.
There's no whimsy in the video, Russ. That's the problem. A comment you might. I noticed that you saw that I'd starred a comment, Russ.
Yeah.
William Farrow says he'd sat next to you at the Barrow game on Saturday, recognised you, but didn't want to bother you. See, this is why you're not a man of the people, Russell. People bother me all the time, but it doesn't bother me because I'm a man of the people. I'm like, yeah, cool, man, cool, dude, yeah. Just, I'm free and easy. It's like, yeah, man, dude, yeah, cool, man. They'll say,
Are
"Oh,
you back in
love
the
podcast."
90s?
Love the podcast. I never left, mate. I love the podcast, man. I don't think much to them other two to actually do it, but you're good. And I'm like, look, they're trying their hardest, all right.
That's all right. I just say I'm Dave Philbin.
I saw you two together.
No, you
Saturday.
didn't. No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
Well, I did, and I could see like a bit of the time continuum sort of break apart as they started to stand next to each other. Things started to go wrong.
It's not right, is it? Yeah.
That's
how
why we
Nick
won.
Powell got his injury.
Hey, so what was you saying? Please like and subscribe and share and rate and review and all those good things.
Go in the episode description. You can find our Patreon as well, which we'll get onto now. We've got some top-notch. Well, it was top-notch subscriber content, but Russ is back now, so it's some acceptable subscriber content with the Courtyard Club Call every Monday,
every Monday.
I wouldn't say it's the final. No, it's not the final word on the weekend's action because we're gonna go on about it more. But it's the first word on the. It's not the first word on the weekend's action.
No, it's not.
Have you seen Twitter on a Saturday night? Jesus, Christ Almighty! But it's some words about the weekend's action in a bite-sized, half an hour long chunk, and you can get involved and set the agenda. You can leave a voice message for us, and it saves the lads having to do any. I don't do that. You know, some of us have got things to do on a Monday. I'm out in the park like digging mud up to bury in my garden, so I'm busy, and so these two have to do it. But it's good. It's good. Well done, lads. Yeah, I'm glad you. It was good that you were away for the start of it, Russ, because then I got to set the format in. I got tremendous power trip. Like when I worked out how to like format the title and the description and stuff like that. I was like, yeah.
I mean, you can still do that again if you want. I mean, I can send you the file. Let's not do production this meeting now.
I mean, you were meant to on Monday, and then you're like, "Oh, I'll do it later."
Well, no, because I just thought, why should you do it when I can do it? There's no point in putting overhead on you when I can do it. So
you can put whatever you want over my head, Russell. I'm just a happy-go-lucky scamp, mate. You can do whatever you want to me. Well, within reason.
Just thinking as well from comments we've received and things like that. None of us are going to the game on Saturday. That means we can't talk about it next week. You do realise that, don't you?
Yes,
because this isn't the modern world where you know people can watch. I must have watched like 99% of away games over the last couple of years, but that's not good enough for some people.
No, not good enough for these two-team people. People with two teams. Anyway, so. Right, so should we talk about Barrow, or let's talk about Barrow.
Let's hear what Nick thinks because we've had a discussion about this already. So
all right. Well, firstly, in the aftermath, I had a few drinkies on Saturday, and then Saturday night and Sunday morning. Got home about 6:30. I got home Sunday morning. But it was that's when I knew I just love scraping a 1-0 win over Barrow, right? I just had to celebrate. That's how I knew you were back, Russ, when I made a little joke on Twitter and got a message from you asking for the context of the joke. That was the point at which I thought, he's back, baby. Yes. Now you're talking. But it was. I thought we played better against Bradford. There were still those frustrating elements to our play, but we got and Louis Barry is. I said in the summer I was more excited about him signing than Powell, and I think I've been proved right, as I often am, really. So I thought he was a real live wire. I thought Tanto did well as well. He'll get a bit of stick for missing that chance, but I thought he linked up well with Barry and Madden, and however it comes, it's just good to get off the board, get those 3 points on the board, off the mark. I'm mixing up my similes, metaphors, mixing up metaphors. I'm piss pronunciating a lot of my worms. It's good to be off the mark. Against the
You've been reading the dictionary today.
Horrible. So, thesaurus, dickhead. God. It was Philistine. Jesus. Absolute pleb. Barrow, a team that just set up for the draw. They had no intention. It wasn't like, to be fair, they set up for a draw on the first day last season, and they were just utterly shit and shell. As soon as they went past the halfway line last season, they just everything they touched just turned into a goal, and I think they were more shocked by it than we were. But they had no ambition whatsoever. There was nothing. We were very lucky that Kyle Noyle should have gone first half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was
easily could have been a
just
red, couldn't it?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But we're due that bit of luck from referees because we've had some shit luck. We should have had a definite penalty in the first half. The foul on Barry. There was definite penalties turned down last week. Fuck 'em. What goes around comes around, and I look forward to another terrible refereeing performance this coming Saturday.
Yeah, seems to be a standard, doesn't it?
Definitely wasn't one last night by the sounds of it. It sounded like he had a very good game.
So,
yeah, I'm done, lads. There you go.
Good.
That's last word on the weekend's action.
I mean, we kind of agreed with all that on Monday, didn't we, Waggy? For our
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So
good synopsis.
Who are you, and what have you done with Russ?
Well, I think there's a few more aspects to it for me. We beat a Barrow team, like you say, that no ambition whatsoever. They beat us twice last season, so you could argue that they kind of are a bogey team because they do get on our nerves. They get on our tits, don't they? And then we also beat a Barrow team that started the season quite well. So lots of reasons to be cheerful, I think, in beating Barrow. And getting that good luck as well of not getting Noyle sent off, which probably
and
pissed,
the deflection for the goal.
Yeah, buy a ticket. Got to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, you can't get in. You were stood outside the turnstile for us.
Yeah. It's not that context. You know it's not that context.
Oh, no. Who gives a shit about context? You've been away for 5 weeks. Don't come in and tell us what context is. I've read a thesaurus, mate. God.
But yeah, good win all round. And the most important win this week, I think, or the most important match this week. I couldn't give two shits about the game we played last night. I've got more interest in the Cheshire Cup, to be honest, than last night.
Tranmere at home.
Yeah,
that's the real. Unless we get a bad bit of weather and the pitch suffers and we have to drop out again.
Yeah, Cashy won't be happy, will he? Game at home.
Livid. Yeah. Onto last night then. Seeing as that's the way you're leading there. Don't care. Didn't care before. Cared even less when I found out that it wasn't sponsored by pizzas.
Who's it? It's just got no sponsor at all.
It's just the EFL trophy now. Well, I mean, it's always been the auto windscreens to me.
That shows how shit it is, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It's, even a pizza company have pulled out.
And it wasn't even a good pizza place. It was basically Papa John's is basically a hot circle of shit. So good riddance to bad rubbish, I say. Them and Domino's can both swivel.
I find all these pizza places are pretty shit. When you consider,
do you like pizza?
Well, yeah.
I was just going to say, if you don't like pizza, they're all going to be shit anyway, aren't they?
No, but I like pizza. But what I don't understand is why pay them £12 for a pizza when you can go to Asda and get one made up for £4.
Whoa!
Better.
Let's not go straight to Asda. I mean, you can, yeah. They always look at me funny in Asda though, because I go over the top when they're making a pizza for you in Asda, and they don't like it. They don't like being asked to do extra work on the pizza counter in Asda. I find
because it's Asda.
Some specky gobshite who's rolled in at 6:30 in the morning. They don't like it, weirdly enough. I think it's the smell. No, there's very good pizza places that are not chains, and I will die on that hill.
Yeah,
I'd probably die on most hills, to be honest.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a half marathon joke there, but I couldn't.
More fool you. I mean, if I was trying to think of a joke and then couldn't think of it, I wouldn't advertise the fact that I'd failed.
Why? Are you scared of failure?
I'm a very proud man, Russell.
Oh yeah. You should
I'm
embrace failure.
very proud man. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm wondering why I've come back.
we all are, mate. Don't worry. Don't
We
worry.
can tell the trial separation didn't work. That's why you're back together.
Yeah. we're gonna try again for the kids, Waggy.
I'm just a mediator.
So Wacky, last night you watched it, didn't you?
I listened to it.
You listened
I
to
couldn't
it.
I couldn't get the stream on, but I did listen to it, and it was about as good as you would expect a ex-Papa John's trophy game to be against an under-21 side.
Trophy formerly known as the Papa John's.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the first half just seemed like absolute non-event. The referee, I don't know where the hell they got him from. I don't know if they just picked him up, put somebody out the crowd to referee it, because I think it was 55 minutes when it was 0-0. One of their players got a yellow card for time wasting when taking a throw in. And then 77 minutes when we were 1-0 down, Rydell got a yellow card for time wasting.
Time wasting. Yes, saw that.
Brilliant.
And their penalty, I think it was Akil Wright, touched the guy outside the box. He carried on running and then fell over on the 6-yard line and got the penalty. And then, Croasdale. I don't know. I can't remember what he got the first card for, but the second card, he's stood behind a player as the ball comes to him. That their player misses it. It goes past him, and Croasdale stood next to him, and then he gets a second yellow card and gets sent off. Fortunately, he's only banned for the formerly known Papa John's trophy game. And then, 11 minutes of added time, and we get a penalty in the 11th minute, and Tanto puts it away.
Just when everyone's getting ready to go home, everyone's thinking,
it was just
go home.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And why have a penalty shootout if it finishes 1-1? What's the point?
Why not? Why not? I mean, it's just
it just adds to the comical aspect of it, doesn't it? It is just pointless. And as you say, you can understand, 9 changes he made to the starting 11 from Saturday. So it was it's just pointless, just completely pointless.
I was out in Manchester last night, so I didn't get to. I'm out with a woman again, second time in a week. That's just what I do now. This is what, when you were away, Russ, I was just going in the bars of Manchester and Stockport and sitting at the bar reading my thesaurus, and they just flocked, absolutely flocked. And then I was getting the notification, the Twitter notifications through on my phone, because someone's turned them on the podcast Twitter account, and they come to my phone as well. It's not device specific.
I've not done it.
And then, I mean, you have, haven't you? Let's be honest.
No, I haven't.
And someone has, and it wasn't me. So let's leave the recriminations for after. See, recriminations, that's another word I got in Mythosaurus. And as soon as I got the notification saying Ryan Croasdale was off, my whole night just went downhill, because I was just like, oh no, if he's out for a league game, that's the worst possible thing that could happen. But yeah, as soon as I got that clarification, I was like, right, it's all going to be all right, it's fine. Imagine that. Imagine losing such a pivotal player for a red card in a game that no one gives a shit about. They should pick fans to play in it, I say. I say we should. Well, stick me up front with every bit of height up there. I won't win any of the headers because I'm a shit house. But
yeah, it's just a bag of shite. The whole competition, isn't it?
Yeah, ruined it.
They've ruined it. They've ruined it.
Yep.
Yeah. Special mention for Akil Wright, though, 50th appearance, and Croasdale sent off on his 150th.
150th.
That's brilliant. That's what he did. Showing the respect it deserves.
That's another one. Ian Dowden says that 7 yellows. We got 7 yellows, and that's a £1,000 fine for the club. And Dave Challoner said as well in his interview, didn't he? Said there wasn't a tackle in the game.
Yeah.
The thing is with that fine as well, because you've got to play. There's rules with the players you can put out. They've got to be in like the top certain number of appearance makers for that season. So you've got to pick some first team players. But what's the fine for not doing that? If it's the same fine, we might as well just play whoever we want.
Yeah.
And
well, how does that work for the under 21s?
They'll
Oh no, it's different rules for them. God.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
Can't-
Yeah, they
Can't go governing them with
how
the
many
same rules
games
as us.
have they actually started the under? I think they've only played one game, haven't they? I think somebody said for United under 21s in the Premier League 2 or whatever it's called. So how can you decide which players should play and which players shouldn't?
It's
It's just shit.
it is.
Another few weeks and we'll be out of it, so we don't have to worry about
With
it.
any luck.
Well,
Yeah.
we're second. We're second in the table
Ooh. Got how many? 3?
out of 4, but the other 2 haven't played yet.
That's-
Bolton and Salford.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, groups of 4, isn't it? Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just shows how much attention I pay really to it.
It used to be groups of 3 though, didn't it? I'm sure. Did it?
I think it was at one point. I don't know. I don't go to them on Football Manager, so.
No, well, this is it. When we dropped out of the Football League, this wasn't a thing, was it? It was just the
It was
Football
League 1
League.
and League 2. Yeah.
but it's the
League 1
Football
and League 2.
and it was the Football League trophy, and it was just knockout, wasn't it? We didn't have we didn't have groups when we were last in the Football League.
I
did
don't
we?
think so.
So now we've come back into this fucking shit show.
I saw people over the weekend on Twitter saying, "Well, I'm not going." It's quite rightly saying, "I'm not going. It's a disgrace what you've done to the tournament. Why should I go?" and all that. And then someone was popping up saying, "Oh well, when we were playing Spennymoor and North Ferriby, we dreamed of this competition." I was like,
No, we didn't.
No.
"No, because they've done this to it."
Yeah.
I think we said on here like about a year before we got promoted, saying, "Well, when we do finally get back to the league, sod that tournament." So at least we're consistent.
Yeah. Oh, we've got integrity, haven't we, Nick? Got integrity.
What's another word for consistent? Unchanged. There we go.
Oh, you went the opposite way there.
Yeah, I know.
That wasn't
realised as I said it,
Theosaurus.
I realised I was like, oh god, I can't think of one.
And lots of comments coming through about United celebrating like they'd won the Champions League in.
I mean, they might as well.
that night in Barcelona.
Did you see there was a fan run on the pitch as well?
Yeah.
You could clip on Twitter. You banned for 5 years, whatever, for running on the pitch at an under 21s game.
Under 21 game. Yeah. Do you know? Right. Little story. When I got arrested back in 2008, right. It was a League One match against Huddersfield. I went to Vegas a couple of years later, and I went up to the customs guy, checking your passport and that in Atlanta airport. And he goes, just this big black dude, like proper cop, and he had guns on him and everything. And he went, "Why did you get arrested?" I went, being drunk going towards a football ground. And he went, "Was it Premier League?" And I went, "No, it was third tier League One." And he just like completely dismissed me as some sort of idiot, basically, because it wasn't Premier League. And I was thought about that guy last night who got arrested at the under 21 match, thinking, you've got to explain that to somebody at customs. You're going to look like a right idiot, mate, honestly, because I've been through that. Was it Premier League? No, it was under 21s. Funny. But yeah, but it hurts me a bit playing United because it's going to be. I think someone's put it in the comments. It's going to be. It was probably full of United fans from Stockport, town traitors who've come for them, and they're all sat in the Cheadle end and all this sort of stuff. And
yeah, but didn't they? That's why they capped it at 5,000, didn't they? And it was quite sort of late notice that they suddenly decided they were only going to have 5,000 there because didn't United post a link to our website to buy tickets?
Yeah,
because they'd sold theirs out because they 1,500 that they'd been given. So they posted a link to buy tickets in the home end. So County just went, nah, that's it, we're done.
Yeah, but you're not going to stop them getting in, though, are you?
Well, the club did say that anyone in United shirts would be denied entry to the home ends, which was bollocks. That didn't happen. That main stand from the clips I've seen was just full of them, absolutely full of them. Gimps. There was a few of them on. So I saw a kid in a Newcastle shirt on Saturday in front of me in the Cheadle end, and there was a guy in a City shirt with a County body warmer over.
What goes through the minds?
Tommy two teams.
Some people.
Yeah.
Just another reason why I'm glad I didn't go last night.
Yeah.
No time for it. No time for it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go if it could like cure AIDS. If you said like you go to this game, it'll cure AIDS, I'd be like,
nah.
right.
Ah,
Give it a miss. Let them take the chances.
If we talk about the players, though, I suppose you could say it's a good run out for all of those players that we possibly need as squad players throughout the season. A bit disappointed Billy Chadwick came off.
isn't him fan up?
Yeah, no, I know he's not. Yeah. Even Opta are the data providers for FanHub, and they couldn't get that in time. But yeah, Billy Chadwick, I was surprised that he came back for it. I know Charlie said that would be a thing, so that's fine. But then I was even more surprised that he got substituted off. I thought he'd get a full 90. Maybe that was pre-planned. I don't know. I thought he might have got a full match, and we'd have not brought Alafi on. I know he scored in the end, but because I thought the game was all about protecting the players that would start on Saturday because we've got a big injury list.
I thought it was just
Mm.
yeah. It's almost that thing, isn't it? Of when you're not in the best of form, I suppose. Like limping to a defeat at home, even if it's a competition that doesn't matter. I suppose you want to try and get something, don't you? And maybe that's why they check. Because I did notice when the teams were announced, it's quite a strong bench which I was surprised at for a game like that. Which, yeah, I mean, the sooner we're out of it, the better. I know
Yeah.
it, but it's not even a case of being. It's different to how Premier League clubs are with like the League Cup or whatever. It's not. I don't think it's comparable to that situation because they're the ones devaluing the League Cup, whereas we're not the ones who've devalued the
No.
auto glass, the Johnson's paint, the LDV vans.
Yeah.
Sod it. Sooner we're out, the better.
Yep.
Have we got another home game in the two games we've got? Is it one away and one at home?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I can't remember which way around it is, but yeah, and
yeah. I must admit, I've not seen it, and I'm completely out of sorts with the whole Stockport County supporting them thing. For me, I need to get back into it quickly, and I will. But yeah, I was sat after the match on Saturday. I was sat outside Petersgate Tap, and I saw our friend Pete Wilson, and he said to me, "Are you going on Saturday?" The first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Why? What's happening Saturday?" And he went, "Mansfield away," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, no, I'm not going Saturday." It's like, what? In my head, I'm still cycling up a hill somewhere in Scotland, so I need to snap out of it. But yeah, I mean, I was 5 pints deep by then as well. So
Up the hill?
No, outside Petersgate Tap.
Makes more sense.
Yeah. Oh, Salford at home, Bolton away. There we go.
Oh, good. I've looked forward to that.
Yay.
Great.
So we'll have the same 1,600 fans there watching Salford.
Hang on a minute. Ollie Wrigley's put Salford away, Bolton at home. Phil Lloyd's put Salford at home and Bolton away. Now,
well, one of them's right.
I mean, I like Ollie and I like Phil.
There's only one way to find out. Fight!
There you go. Got that one in.
Hey.
So which one is it, boys? Is it because we're not going to check? We don't do research on this show.
Do you want me to check? Shall I?
Yeah. Go on.
You just talk amongst yourselves, lads.
I'm
not rushing.
Ollie's just replied. He doesn't even care which way around it is because it's going to be shit. So he's right. I mean, at least he agrees with us.
Yeah, it's Salford away and Bolton at home. So there you go.
Oh, it's Salford away, Bolton at home. Okay.
So Ollie was right.
Phil. Yeah.
Phil. Oh. He was so promising.
It was. I feel like there's something else I need to announce. That I said I would. Is it Penno's badges? Said to talk about that. Have you seen Penno's badges?
I've seen Penno's badges, yeah.
I've got Yeah, I've got both of the Panos badges.
Yeah, I've got both the Penos badges as well. He gave me Hinchliffe. He gave me number 69 because of our private joke that we did at the King's Tap.
Very good. Yeah, that's
I got number 2 for Kevin Francis.
Oof, that's a good one. And Kev Francis got number 1.
And
Anyway,
Kev Francis got number 1.
It's not as funny as 69, though, is it? Let's face
No,
it.
no, it's not.
Is anything ever as funny as 69?
But yeah, look out for
Nah.
Penos badges. I don't think that anything's going for charity for that. I think it's all going to Peno. So, whatever.
You're not selling it. You're not selling it very well to get a free badge here, Russ.
Peno said he'd send me a Rydell High sticker, but he hasn't. So
Come on, Peno.
this is how you get things done. You just moan about it on here.
Yeah, get your stickers out.
Lo and behold. I want to put it on my laptop.
Yeah. Right. We're playing Mansfield on Saturday. We've talked about that already. Is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap up county-wise? Anything happened this week that we want to talk about, boys?
No, I don't think so. No. So I'm sure something will come up. A week and a half of the window left. Time's ticking.
Yes.
Yeah, he did say in his interview again, didn't he? He said they're looking, but the prices or the asking prices for strikers is ridiculous at the minute. So maybe he's alluding to.
Not only that,
worry me.
Not only that, he did say, and you can understand why. There's not many strikers that aren't already settled that are strikers that are good and scoring goals consistent that are on the market and are not already settled. You can't just pull one out of your ass, can you? And say, well, there you go, there's a striker. So it will be really difficult. And if he brings somebody in on a whim and it's not good, I don't even know what his name was, Dunwell Turan or whatever he was, that kind of thing. Then
Don't mention his name. Don't bring that name up.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't bring it up.
I'm not even convinced I got it right.
No, you did. You did. That's what annoyed me.
Oh right. Yeah, if we bring in somebody on a whim that's a quick get in, then that could be disastrous as well. Anything in the Andy Carroll rumours? I've not even heard the Andy Carroll rumour.
It wasn't a rumour. Yeah, I think somebody had just said that he's been released by Reading, and someone was like, bring him. Yeah, we'll have him. Yeah. We don't want the fucking gypsy here.
Just leave that to hang. Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on board, Waggy. I think we're going to be having to make a big statement this week.
Yeah. In fact,
if we want someone big to go around giving away free kicks, we might as well just have kept Scott Quigley, really.
And be injured after 30 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all, yeah. The Phony Pond, Kabongo Shimanga. I've heard him mentioned, somebody else mentioned him to me. Was that you, Waggy? Somebody else mentioned him to me over the weekend. Why not, why not have a punt on him? Where is he? Peterborough not getting a game?
Well, I mean, we're going to be looking at the same fee that Harrogate are quoting for Luke Armstrong, 500k, because Peterborough want to make a profit as they do on these deals, as they often do on these. That's their whole thing. But I just think I'm as big a Kabongo fan as anyone, even Mrs. Shimanga. We're the biggest. But at this point, I don't think my sweet Congolese prince is what we need. I think Luke Armstrong would fit us a lot better.
Yeah, I poo-pooed Luke Armstrong on a opposition pod late last season. Don't know, not convinced.
I think he's exactly what we need. Big lad who can step in for Wootton and then is quick enough and a good enough finisher that he could play alongside Wootton when he's back. Well, I don't know, but if they're after I know he downed tools for the first game of the season because he's after a move. Wrexham seems to have given up on him, and he's back in the team there now. Harrogate don't need to sell, and the rumour is they've quoted 500k. So unless it gets deadline day and he tries to force a move and we can get him for less, I don't think it'll be happening. There's anything, just fucking mammal with a head. Just something.
Mammal with a head. Oh, look at this. Ollie Wrigley. Ollie Wrigley. I've not seen this name pop up so much. I've not been here for 5 weeks. Who was it on WhatsApp group, Nick, that City on loan at Barnsley last year? City striker on loan.
Yeah, City have got a striker. He was on loan at Barnsley last year, but by the sound of it, City don't tend to lend to loan players to League Two anyway.
Right.
So,
yeah. That's fair dues.
Yeah.
And you two are in the WhatsApp group, aren't you?
Abroad.
You two are in this WhatsApp group.
Being in the WhatsApp group is a bit of a strike. I looked at it Sunday morning when I got home, and it was like 683 new messages. I was like, well, it's not for me.
Arrow. Just tap the arrow.
I could have missed some very important stuff in there. I doubt it, but I could have missed some important stuff.
That just sounds like hell being in that.
You'd be all right, Russ, because you don't have the blue ticks on, do you? You don't get a blue tick when you've read a message, so I'm left guessing. Is that because
have I updated my app and that's turned something? Because I've usually have that's been on in the past.
No, I think you're creeping. Russ. I think you're up to some nefarious stuff on your WhatsApp. I think you don't want people knowing you've read their message. I think it's me that's the problem.
I think it is, mate. Yeah,
I think I see a blue tick when he messages me.
Oh shit!
You do.
I'll be honest. I don't really look, but I'm just saying it. Yes, you do. Definitely a blue tick when Russ messages me. When I message Russ.
Oh right, okay. You see, I don't know. I'll have a look at my settings, Nick, and change it for you. There you go. So you can spy on me.
Don't change it. Don't change it on my account. Change it. Switch it. Mix it up. There's some other words to change it. Welcome.
See, he has missed you, Russ. He has missed you. Look.
Yeah, of course I have. He presses the buttons.
Right.
You saw what a nightmare I had pressing the buttons last few weeks, and Russ has come in and pressed the buttons and not made a single mistake with them.
And not made a single difference. You mean?
Yeah, nobody can tell if it's Nick or Russ pressing the buttons.
I know.
Yeah. I think people are just past caring right now.
It's not the buttons they come for, Nick. It's you.
Shit. We're all doomed then, aren't we? I'll just pack it in for good. Right.
Does your t-shirt say bummies? Does it say bummies?
No, it says "Are You Mine?" It's that.
Oh, Are You Mine?
T-shirt.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Just looks like bummies from afar. Okay. Just the audio listeners are thinking, what's going on?
I don't know where to go with that. I'm not walking around with a t-shirt that says bummies on it.
No worries. Right. Okay. Should we wrap it up there? Because I need some toast and go to bed. Please wrap it up. We will be back on Monday with the club courtyard.
Oh, you did
call.
so well.
Oh,
you did
God.
so well.
Courtyard.
So smooth.
Call. Me and Waggy.
This can be your pre-season, Russ.
I know. I need to get up to speed. I'm really sorry. And you're coming back soon, aren't you, Nick, with a Dave Smith Never Existed episode?
Yes, we're going to be knocking one of them out next week. I'll get it quickly edited, and I'm not going to tell people what it is, mainly because we've not decided yet. But yeah, we'll get that knocked out next week, and that'll be out towards the end of this month, start of September. Boom. Because they got it early. They got it before the end of the month last month.
Yes.
So
Brucey Brothers, that.
Yeah. Hang on, can't they? I mean, all the we've got to devise a plan to distract all the free trial people to make sure they forget to cancel the free trial and
subscribe.
The old Amazon Prime approach.
Yeah. Quick
get on that.
thank you to Mark Hargreaves, who has subscribed to our Patreon while we've been on air. So thank you for that.
What? So he's watched this and thought, "Yep, I want to pay for that." Jesus.
Yeah.
He needs sectioning.
We just get 3 shows, doesn't he? 2 shows a week, and then an extra show in the month. So they're definitely worth £3 plus VAT of your money.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Shall we wrap it up? Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, we'll post the details of the shirt very soon, and the mugs that you can win, or say win part of the raffle. Got to pay for it. So, yeah, and we've got our own Etsy store as well. Let's not forget that. And we've got our own mugs that we can you can buy off us as well. Just go onto our website. All the details are there. I don't think I forgot anything, have I?
Have you got Tanto's shirt?
Tanto's shirt has been delivered to Edgeley Park.
Oh, so we don't even get to do a little picture like we're signing him.
No, but what we
I was
can
going to
do
get you on your knees, like stretching it out, like Liam Mitchell's going to have to.
Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? No, because I didn't know what to do, so I've got it delivered to Edgeley Park. I assume it's reached him. If we could get Hannah to find out, that'd be great. Hannah or Claire?
Did you put his name right? Spell his name right when you sent it to him?
Did you go for his full Sunday name?
You can only put 255 characters in those little boxes. I didn't know. No, I just put Tanto Alafi, so I'm sure it got to him. I hope it has.
What if there's like a sophisticated screening process and I think it's like anthrax or something?
It's been blown up.
Yeah.
Controlled explosion.
Yeah, get one of them little robots.
So
know.
yeah, and
what are you two like?
Future guests as well. We have got some future guests in the pipeline, but what we're not going to do is tell you who they are because we can't guarantee them. So we're just going to arrange them, and then you'll know about them when we've actually got them pinned down. That is the
we can't guarantee you, can we, Russ? Really?
No. Well, no. You can for the foreseeable. Yeah, of course you can. I finished recycling now.
Won't throw away my ticket in the Russ raffle just yet. Then that sounded really sarcastic. But, genuinely quite pleased to have you back. To be honest, surprisingly so. Really.
Wacky, how's it been without me dealing with Nick?
It's been fine. He's been like a completely different person. It's just you bring the worst out of him, I think.
What I said. I'll give you that tenner after we finish.
Right, cheers everybody. Let's end it there. Otherwise, we'll go on all night.
Cheers. Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
This episode of the Scarf Bagara War was written, recorded and produced by Russ Johnson and Nick Lee. The music on the opening titles was produced by Dan Johnson. Subscribe wherever you get your content, as well as finding out how to join the TSBW fan club. Check out the links in the description or go to allthews scarfbagarawar.co.uk.